What's up, LA Live Gang? This is your boy AC, and I'm back with another special live edition of LA Sports Live. Hope everybody's having a good, safe, happy Thursday. And we're doing something a little bit different today. The Lakers are on the East Coast road trip, which means they'll be playing in a few hours. Let's see. Yeah, they'll be playing in a few hours in Miami. They're still down in Florida. And so we're on a little bit earlier today, earlier than usual, and might as well go ahead and get in a quick pregame edition of LA Sports Live. Like I always say, you guys see the thumbnail, you see the title. We got a little bit of, we got a few little news stories surrounding the Lakers. Of course, you all know Ben Mclemore was signed by the Lakers a couple of days ago, and he has taken their final roster spot. He had his press conference with the Lakers a few hours ago, and nothing out of the ordinary. He said the normal things that you would expect. He's happy to be here, happy for the opportunity, and he said he was being pursued by quite a few teams, but he decided to come on and play with the Lakers for a chance to win the championship, and of course a chance to play with the great LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Now, a lot of people are kind of making a big deal about this situation where, he is a Clutch client, and now Clutch Sports have 6 players on the Lakers roster. Some people might think it's kind of fishy or whatever, but here's the thing: we knew, these are the kind of things that happen, and I really didn't hear too much of a big deal about it in Miami and in Cleveland, but we knew when LeBron came to the Lakers, and if the Lakers turned into contenders, other players will want to play there. Players just looking for a. Sorry about that, guys. Look, players at the end of their careers looking for an opportunity. Players who've made their money already and are willing to take less money to come to LA and play with the Lakers and LeBron James. Um, we knew these situations were going to happen. Players who were going to take buyouts with the opportunity to come win a world championship with LeBron James and the LA Lakers. Case in point, last season, Markieff Morris, he took a buyout, lost a little bit of money to come to LA, play with the Lakers, and won a championship. And guess what? Guess what? He came back this year and is playing on a minimum contract. There's teams out there after his playoff performance with the Lakers. There's teams out there that would have paid him a little bit more money, but he decided to stay. Montrezl Harrell, we know for a fact the Charlotte Hornets offered him $80 million. $80 million. But he said, hell, he said, why would I want to go to Charlotte when I could stay in LA? Yeah, I'm making a little bit less money, but, I guess he figures he'll get his money over time, which he will. If he stays with the Lakers, anyway, that's another story. But anyhow, the point is, it's not fishy. The point is, people are going to want to come to LA and play for the Lakers, and of course, play with the great LeBron James. So you guys, you guys don't hate on when people make decisions like that. It is what it is. And so the same thing with Ben Mclemore. Like he said, he spoke with his representation, he spoke with his family, and they decided to come to LA. So here he is. Now let's get to this first story, as the fallout from the Lakers' last game versus the Toronto Raptors. The NBA passed down a few suspensions. 1 second, guys. All right, the NBA passed down a few suspensions. 2 Toronto Raptors got suspended: Fred VanVleet and one other guy. I can't remember his name. Who gives a damn? But for the Lakers, THT was suspended. And I thought that was really ridiculous, considering if you watch the tape, you watch the videos, you watch the game, THT was nowhere near involved in the fracas. But um, I guess according to NBA rules, if you leave the bench, if you come onto the floor, and when there's an altercation going on, they're automatically going to suspend you. So basically, THT, who wasn't even in the game, but anyway, he took a few steps onto the court, and so he gets suspended. So the Lakers will be a little bit short-handed tonight versus the Miami Heat. But the good thing is they'll have their latest acquisition in Ben Mclemore. He'll be there. He'll be playing. So he might be hey, he might be he might get some unexpected extended run tonight in the place of THT. So um THT was playing well. It's a shame that he got suspended, but it is what it is. It's just going to be more playing time for all the guards: Alex Caruso, Dennis Schroeder, um, Ben Mclemore, and you guys know the guy I don't like. Anyway, so that's that. Um, to the Lakers tonight, their opponent, the Miami Heat. The Heat come into the game with a record of 26-5. Um, last time we saw the Heat, they beat the Lakers in a very close game at Staples Center, and I'm pretty sure the Lakers want to avenge that loss. Tonight we're going to have them down in Miami, and what the Lakers, you know, the Miami Heat, they're up and down. They got a record of 26-25. The core of their team, they made a few moves, but the core of their team is still there. Jimmy Buckets is still there. Jimmy Neutron is still there. Tyler Hero is still there. Bam is still there, of course. And Dragic is still there. AI is still there. But they added Trevor Ariza and Victor Oladipo. So I listened to some Miami sports radio, Tobin, and their stance on the Miami Heat is they got what they need to go battle to get back into the finals, and they're just trying to gel as a group. Okay, so that's how the Miami Heat are approaching it. They're just trying to gel as a group and get ready for the playoffs. But they're still a very dangerous team. I'm pretty sure they will have some fans on hand in the arena. I'm not for sure how many, but Florida is a pretty pretty open state. So I'm sure there'll probably be at least a few thousand fans in a stand in Miami. And just to kind of give you an idea how up and down the Miami Heat have been, they're 4-6 in their last 10, and that's after the trade deadline. So they're still, they're still trying to get their act together. That's why I say the Lakers got to come out there and make some damn shots, continue to play defense, make some threes. And if they could just get out to a fast start, get their feet on the neck of the Miami Heat and keep them down, I think that's how you win this game, because this is still a road game. Miami is still a tough team. They still want revenge from the finals. So this is not a game the Lakers can afford to play around with. And considering the caliber of teams that they will be playing on this road trip, I don't think they ought to mess around with the Miami Heat. If you can go ahead and knock them out quick, that's what you need to do. Also tonight, like I said, Ben Mclemore will make his debut for the LA Lakers. Andre Drummond, he announced on his IG that, of course, he's still going to be recovering from that, that toe injury. That toe injury is going to be an issue with him the rest of the regular season. I'm just letting you know, because toenails take a long ass time to regrow. And I don't, unless, I don't know, unless he takes those herbs, you could take to get your nails to grow super fast and all that kind of stuff. I take it. But anyway, and don't get out of here with that, man, if I kick you out the chat. Anyway, unless he takes those kind of things and make his nails grow faster, that toenail's gonna bother him for quite a while. So anyway, but he's gonna be back in the lineup, and I don't expect much from him. I mean, I expect him to do his thing, but I don't expect to see the real Andre Drummond for a few weeks because he has to get back in basketball shape and he has to get really acclimated with his new teammates. But he is known to be a professional rebounder, so you don't have to know who you're playing with to get rebounds. Rebounds. So we'll see how that goes with Andre Drummond. But it's good that the Lakers have him. They'll have him in the lineup, and so the team can start getting acclimated with him. One more, Lakers story, and actually it's a big one. We finally have some unofficial news on Anthony Davis as far as a date on his return. Frank Vogel loosely threw around the date of April 15th, so that would be after the Lakers conclude their current 5 game road trip. But April 15th, that is a day that they're kind of looking at to bring AD back. If you look at the calendar, if he returns on that date or maybe a little bit after that, that would mark about 2 months. He went out in February, so if he returns mid-April, that'll give him a good 2 months off, and that's kind of the time frame I had in my head. There's nothing saying that AD will come back. It's not a realm of possibility. AD can come back in 5 and 10 games and aggravate that injury again. It's totally possible. But I figured they would probably give him every opportunity to get healthy, to get better. And to me, considering the amount of time that was left in the season, I just think the Lakers were feeling, look, we'll sit him down for 2 months. If he gets any other twitches or whatever, then we'll just sit him out the rest of the season. We'll come back next season because, we got hundreds of millions of dollars invested in him. But this is not a situation, this wasn't a season ending injury for AD. It was really mostly a situation where he needed just to get rest. So, and really all this crap, this injury with AD and several other NBA players and several of the Brooklyn Nets, and a lot of players around this league, a lot of these injuries are due to, the quick turnaround. And specifically, if you look at some of the teams that made deep playoff runs last season, I'm not so sure about, let's say, the Denver Nuggets, but I know the LA Lakers, the LA Clippers, the Miami Heat, they've all had like some like serious injury issues where players have missed like a lot of games. You a sick ass. KGTV or whatever your name is, man. Go fly a kite. I could say worse, but I don't want to get kicked off anyway. Um, a lot of these teams that made deep runs, they had a lot of injury issues. So, and then we knew this was kind of going to happen. The Lakers were kind of lucky early to avoid it, but it is what it is. Caught up with them. But let's just wait and see how things shake out. And if it's our year, it's our year. If it's not, it's not. It is what it is. Anyway, so that's that. What else we got? What else we got on? I got my little notes here. So that's what we got to look out for tonight. The debut of Ben Mclemore on the Lakers and the return of the bodyguard, Andre Drummond. That's why I call him the bodyguard. He's going to end up being AD's bodyguard. And we'll see. We'll see how things go for the Lakers. But the keys to the game, like I said, man, they got to get out on these Miami Heat, man. Get out on them and take the lead and keep it. Because, I think even though we're missing our big guns, I think the Lakers have a serious, good chance of winning this game tonight versus the Heat. Anyway, you guys, look, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. We're going to be doing this more and more often. And, yeah, KGYT, your ass is about to get kicked and banned. Yeah, you bad this fucker. Anyway, well, here we go. Here we go. Block your ass. Get out of here with that mess. Anyway, guys, do me a favor. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Help a brother out. Help the channel out. I really appreciate it. And I'll rap with y'all later. Somebody hit the outro.